Again, like I said, you're going to need to season it several times. And the tomato, because it's soft and has a liquid of its own, it's going to make the bottom of the pan a little wet. But again, also want to season it. A little salt and a little pepper. And the bottom of the pot is starting to dry out because of the turmeric. The turmeric absorbed a lot of the water. Salt also absorbs some of the water. Salt brings water out of the vegetable, but the turmeric is definitely going to dry it. So I'm going to add some more oil to it. You should always season it just a little bit. And remember, you're in control of the season. Add a little salt. Add a little bit of pepper. And in we go. That's going to cook for about 45 minutes. So I'm going to let it cook for about 10 minutes before I put any of the barbecue sauce on it, because I'm hoping that the chicken is just going to caramelize a little bit before. I want to get that nice tough surface to it before I put the sauce on it, which is going to soften it. Okay, you can see everything in the bottom of the pot now is nice, it's a little caramelized, but it's getting a little soft. It's ready for the rice. What I like to do with the rice is put it in before I put the liquid in, so that I can get a little bit of the seasoning from the mirepoix that's inside into the rice. Now the rice is also going to absorb a lot of the liquid, so I'm just going to toss it, mix it in real nice. 1 cup of rice, and since it's a parboiled rice, I'm going to add 1 cup of the chicken stock. With rice, the measurements have to be almost exact, otherwise we'll wind up with rice that's either too dry or will wind up too wet. And we're not making a risotto here, it's just a nice yellow rice. Pepper, just to season the bottom of the pan. Do the toss. Okay, in the meantime, I can give my rice a little bit of a stir. So I'm starting to get a boil. A little bit of garlic to the bottom, just give it a little bit more flavor. The thing about broccoli is because you see it's got a lot of the ears, and it's I guess cruciferous is the word you want to use with it, but it'll absorb a lot of flavor. So why not get some of the garlic in it as well? Okay, I've got my cool down broccoli, so I'm going to add a little. Okay. Now the pot's going to actually cool down a little bit because of the coolness of the broccoli. I just wanted to get the chicken a little warm before I put this on. Thought you took care of that parking ticket. No. Talk about it. Okay, you get a little alarm in the background. That there is my smoke detector. Please do use those. Those will save your life. Don't be concerned just because the first layer goes on kind of thin. You can see it's streaky. But once it cooks into the chicken, it's going to develop a base. And on that base, you can just add another layer, and it'll hold. That's where you'll get that solid dark color of the sauce. Gonna let it go a little bit longer. Not until it gets too soft. Rice is still going. Gonna give it another stir. I just turned it down, but it's bubbling. And you can keep stirring your rice until you get to that point where you don't really see any liquid on the top anymore. This one is getting kind of low, so same time too. You saw I kept putting the top on it. You want the water to evaporate. If you keep the top on it, that's not going to happen. So I'm going to leave the top off for a little bit. Okay, broccoli's about done. You see the bottom of the pan is not dry, but it's not overly moist either. That's because the broccoli absorbed it all. So all of that flavor that you got into the bottom of the pan is now inside of your broccoli. So I'm just going to turn it down now and let it continue to cook because I don't want to overcook it. Check my chicken. Chicken is nicely done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give the chicken a nice little base. See that base I was talking about? See, it's already darkened. It's no longer streaky. And I want to put on this last little bit just to give it that nice sheen, give it a little bit more sauce. Rice is done, broccoli's done, and I'm going to put the protein on last, so I will leave it in the oven. Actually, I'll bring it out. Just make myself some space so everything should be hitting plates hot at the same time. So I'm only going to make one plate of this. Now this is all economical. Chicken breast cost me for a package of about maybe 8 pieces, it'll cost you about $6–7. Rice is really cheap. 10-pound bag cost me about $6, and broccoli is about $1.49 a pound. Very inexpensive, yes? Voila. Mr. Kodak, the most important lifesaver in the house. And that's it.
Say thank you very much, and peace, and please